Hello there guys, it's the Flying Bird here. So, we have finished with our week 1 matches and it's open round, so every coach is required to play at least 2 matches. If they haven't, we're going to give them the opportunity each week to try to catch up, and it's always at the disclosure of Mayo, whether what happens in lower in the disclosure of Rob and DD for Callis and Kanto, whether or not penalties are enforced. I would really personally like that idea because it just helps people just schedule and things like that. Now, I'm here because I'm going to explain how the power rankings are going to work this season. So as you heard, it's an open draft and people can play as many games as they want. So, every week on an Australian Sunday at roughly 9 p.m, I'm going to make a copy of each doc of the current standings and things like that and send them down to the analyst. So, I'll be sending out the the analysis sheet to myself, to Techno and Dylan for Kalos, and DD for Alola. And then throughout the week, you'll get our weekly power rankings and things like that. See how people move, write in the comments, interact with us. Sorry about that, guys. All around us, things like that. Also, although you're trying to have it on a Thursday and a Friday, will be top 5 kills by a mon in the league as of the cutoff date. And people will be like, but some months will play 3 games, shouldn't be killed to death. Well, unfortunately, guys, we just want to keep it nice and simple for Bobby or Falcon, whoever's in charge of that. And then we're also going to have the most heat set of the week, which will be then covered by either of Bobby or Falcon, and we'll really just try to see who is going to what's going on in the league. Try to provide. We're not going to do a weekly recap, but I strongly suggest that you guys check out all the guys who do YouTube because they will try their best to have their matches up. And in particular, a lot of them have already started having draft analysis up. So, for example, on my own channel, I have my own analysis. I also have Emmanuel's. Toby's will be coming up this week as well. Techno's talking about doing one. Dom's talking about doing one. Flips has one up. Danny's got one up. Hale's going to have one up. And all around, we're going to have a lot of analysis videos and things like that. I'm trying to just really make sure that you guys, because we're not a YouTube league, but it's an opportunity for those who want to grow, and also it's another opportunity to give back to our players. And this is what the core function of the NBA YouTube channel is to give back to the players. And we are very kindly have a staff of around 6 or 7, or probably more 8 really, of got dedicated team who really want to give back. In particular, the likes of like Hound, for example, myself, DD, Dylan. Like Dylan, for example, is on vacation and he sends through Techno a list of power rankings. Like that takes a while to do. And so, guys, what we're here to do is vote for analysis. Who do we think was the best this week? I'm gonna play you guys a little bit of a clip of each one so you guys can have it. Bobby's gonna be excluded from this list. It's gonna be me pitted against DD, pitted against Dylan, pitted against Techno, and it's all a bit of fun between the 3 of us. We are all really good mates, and we just want to show each other a bit of friendly fire sort of thing. Not friendly fire, but a bit of incentive against one another. I haven't worked out any prizes yet because obviously I'm going to win, and I don't want to give myself modest. No, I don't know. I'll have to think of something. Dylan and Techno got new logo, so I can't give him a new logo. DD prefers his Philadelphia Fampy's logo. Oh, sorry, I forgot about what the one was called there for a moment. And I'm gonna have a forum in the description for you guys to fill out, and we'll write in the comments. And at the end of each week, we'll tell you who won the previous week. They can have a humble brag. In the case of me, it'll be an excessive brag. And really just try to understand what people are doing this week, things like that. And we're also going to be, in this video, I'm just going to give my predictions for the top players in each division and things like that. So, let's get right into a bit of a recap on what happened this week. Let's start with Kendo Rankings number 1. Just to give you guys a little bit of a preview of each one.
9 times out of 10, Entei will not need to take four or more rocks turns. Why? Because Entei is such a powerful mon that when it comes in, it punishes people so well. And it punishes them so well that when you band it and you can scare people just by making it shiny and running something funny like flamethrower, making them go, huh, maybe that isn't that. It is such a good Pokemon. So, 3. Does it have good, solid hazard setters? Yes. 4. Oh, let me just count how many Stealth Rockers. 1, 2, 3. 3 very solid Stealth Rock setters. 1. Tyranitar. 2. 2. Swampert. 3. Steelix. It is a great pair of hazard setters. In complementary to that, you have Roserade, which has spikes and toxic spikes, which
So that was the Flying Bird covering Kanto. Now let's have a look at DD covering Kalos.
And Greninja, very diverse moveset, and Shaman also kind of diverse in its own right, where they can bring something different moves.
Sorry guys, this one the video is buffering a bit. So DD very kindly has volunteered to do Alola for us, so we have another. Let me refresh the page. It's going full screen. What's it doing? Help, Master Mayo. Give me the guidance. Alright, there we go. That should be fine. Hopefully.
It's going to be difficult to prepare a team of 6 to counter this. And then thirdly, for why I have them so high, is Metagross and Togekiss. Seems like an odd pair, but this was utilized very well by a good friend of mine, Celine, back a few seasons, where he just destroyed lives with that duo, and it's very hard to prepare for, very hard to switch into sometimes. I think that really just makes his team all much better. Again, maybe a little hyped up, but I think Carson will definitely be a playoff coach. It gives you a lot of good immunity. So I'll say Incept Striker. We'll say good. And then defensively, Lander T, which is very good offensive. Skarmory, Amoonguss, Florges, Swampert, and Musharna, which I think is one of the most underrated psychic types in the format. That's another story. Either way, very good defensive team.
So that's taken from my boy DD, who did a very solid job for that. You had to give him a ranking. I'd definitely give him an 8 out of 10 for that. It was great. I'm not going to give him a perfect 10 out of 10 each week because I think every one of us we can constantly improve, and I think that's something to be always noted. Hopefully I'll try to give him a hand with the graphics and things like that, and hopefully that will lift as well, and just try to do that for us. And now we have Techno.
Forward to using all of them. So without further ado, our number 1 pick is going to be Emmanuel and the Guadalajara Delphox. Now, okay, this team
Firstly, the fact that he can pronounce the city, I think he deserves some bonus points already.
is stupid. It's Victini, Weavile, Scizor, Suicune, Raikou. That's stupid. Like, that alone makes his team stupid broken offensively. Especially with the Suicune core with Gourgeist. Gourgeist, one of the most underrated low-tier picks out of them all. He's going to be doing so well this season, in my opinion. Plus, he has so much skill as a battler that he kind of just, like, I don't feel like there's any way he's not going to make Kanto this season. So, stuff like Machamp,
So that was Techno. I think Techno did a really nice job with his video. I probably would say that he does pip DD in my opinion, but then again, DD is much time poorer than Techno in the fact that he doesn't have as much discretionary time. But let's go to the last one, which was Dylan. And Dylan's one I'm gonna read for you guys because he has he wrote this very kindly. He's on vacation at the moment, and this is the type of dedication Dylan gives us. Emmanuel being at 1 is pretty justified, as he has Weavile and Victini to make a powerful offensive core which has no walls. Every team will struggle, but rocks will have to come, period. And that is where Emmanuel has a powerful bulky Defogger in Mega Scizor and a Mess Spinner in Hitmonchan, which can still do great work in spinning with its great Spadef and having the coverage coverage. It has also, although lacking a good dark or ghost move will hurt it in trying to prevent spin blockers, but that's where Weevil comes in on the double and gets a 50 to 59 right to Oko in the switch with the pursuit. As you can already tell, it's pretty powerful. Although I will say lack of hazard removals is repeat offense throughout this draft. And I really enjoyed reading Dylan's thing. If you guys personally know me, I hate reading. And that's why I jokingly said to Dylan that the fact that he put this up and I'm illiterate really annoys me. Um, Dylan, I'm going to give you, I reckon a 9 out of 10 this week. You provided such an in-depth analysis. I think some of the coaches who did their own draft recaps struggled to cover it as in-depth as you could. I'm going to give it, in my personal opinion, that if I had to pick someone this week for Analyst of the Week, I'd give it to my boy, um, Dylan, because Dylan did a really nice job. He really writes some points well. He didn't need a second chance, unlike myself. I got to give myself a rating. The first time I did it with Bobby, I'd probably give myself a 6 out of 10. Second time, probably a 7. It wasn't much better, to be honest. But um, yeah, I would have to give it to Dylan this week. I think Dylan did an amazing job in the fact that he was on vacation, wrote this up for us. Techno did another great job, and I'm really keen to see Techno and Dylan work together. It'll be the world's longest draft recaps, but I think that they'll do a really good job. So, guys, in the description will be the forum link, so you guys can vote for your analysis of the week for week 1, and hopefully, when you vote next week, we'll see a victor and I'll ask all of them to record a humble brag in preparation for this, and because this is the biggest achievement that the NBA has at the moment, the Analyst of the Week. It's nearly as good as being first in Kendo Power Rankings, except you can bribe your way out of that, and like we saw DD. But anyway, guys, I've been the Flying Bird. Until next time, laters, peasants.